All hail the queen! Brenda! Wait, no, Najeela, the Blade Blossom. I'm Cameron, and today we're breaking down Najeela Tempo on the Lab Maniacs. Today, we're talking about one of the most versatile decks in competitive EDH, Najeela. The 5-color warrior queen can do everything. She has access to the entire card pool, and even presents a significant threat in the combat step. Her ability to create warriors that then start snowballing is incredibly strong. With just 6 combats, Najeela and the warriors she creates can deal a total of 138 damage. That's enough to kill all 3 of your opponents. And then she has this little text on her. Pay white, blue, black, red, green, and untap all your creatures. They gain haste, lifelink, and trample, and there's an additional combat phase after the current one. So after activating her ability, she and her warriors can make even more warriors, and can speed up the clock quite a bit. Instead of 6 turns of combat, it could be 4, sometimes even just 2. I know that would be a lot of mana, 25 colored mana for all those activations. Luckily, there's several 1-card combos with Najeela that get you all the mana you need to continue attacking indefinitely. And this is her primary combat winning strategy. Drevi, Imperial Tactician, and Nature's Will can let you chain additional combats fairly quickly. For Drevi, every time one of your creatures deals damage to an opponent, you can untap a permanent. This is an ability that uses a stack, so you can target the same permanent multiple times if needed. So we can target our command tower 5 times. Tap it for white, untap it, tap it for blue, untap it, tap it for green. You get the idea. We just need to have 5 creatures that can get through to our opponents, Drevi in play, and the ability to generate all colors of mana based on tapping permanents we control. Drevi lets us untap those and gives us infinite combat steps with Najeela. Now, one thing of note here. If you're untapping the same permanent multiple times with Drevi, you need to activate Najeela while you're still in the same step of combat. She can be activated at instant speed, so this isn't a big deal. You just need to remember to do it then. Otherwise, Drevi won't work unless you have 5 different sources of mana. Nature's Will also get us infinite combats, but just in a slightly different way. Nature's Will's wording says, whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, tap all lands that player controls and untap all lands you control. Note that it just says player, not players. We're playing multiplayer, so if we attack more than 1 player, we can get more than 1 Nature's Will trigger. The same timing restrictions apply as with Drevi. If you do not have all 5 colors of mana among 5 or more different lands, you need to deal combat damage to multiple opponents, put the Nature's Will triggers on the stack, then tap your lands for mana, then untap them, and tap them for the rest of the mana you need. One upside of this combo is that it taps your opponent's lands when it untaps yours. Now, they may tap those lands for mana and keep it floating, possibly holding up interaction, but if we have 5 or more lands and all the colors that we need, we can just move to the next step in combat. And they either have to interact then, or their mana is gone. Now, we're at the end of combat step of the combat phase. We can activate Najeela again, rinse and repeat, and continue the beatdown. So those are the direct combos with Najeela. What else are we doing in this deck? Just about the most powerful things you can do in Commander. We have almost all the All-Stars. Top-notch mana dorks in Deathrite Shaman and Birds of Paradise. Amazing card draw in Dark Confidant and Mindblade Render. Theft and profiteering from your opponents with Gilded Drake, Dockside Extortionist, and Hullbreacher. And even a win with Thassa's Oracle and Demonic Consultation. We have access to everything, so why not run the best of the best? All of our cards are super mana efficient, so we're also running AdNauseam. And with an average mana value at just a hair over 1 CMC, you're going to get a crazy number of cards for 5 mana at instant speed. I built a simulator to see how many cards you would get off of AdNauseam, and looking at over 10,000 simulations for this Najeela Tempo list, we're looking at crazy numbers. If you start at 40 life and stop at 5 or less, you average out at 32 cards drawn from AdNauseam. If you start at 25 and end at 5 or less, you average 18 cards. It's an amazing amount of card advantage and will most likely win you the game right there, either through more Najeela beatdown or through an immediate Thassa's Oracle and Consultation win. We have a commander that provides a really fast clock on our opponents, several 2-card combos with her, and access to all the best interaction, card draw, mana ramp, and efficient wins out there. So how do we pilot her? Well, we can adjust our plans based on what other decks are at the table. We almost always want to look to get out an early Najeela, so fast mana, getting us a turn 1 or 2 Najeela, is really big in our opening hand. About the only thing that Najeela doesn't give us is card advantage. So we want to look for card draw or tutors in our opening hand as well. This will allow us to deploy Najeela and then to refill our hand to protect her while she works her magic. Protect the queen. Like Novocaine, give it time, she always works. Keep her out, keep her swinging, and use our efficient interaction and card draw to keep us in the game and keep action in our hand. That's the core plan we follow. Beyond that plan, we have a lot of adaptability built into the deck. Our tutors and interaction let us adjust our plan mid-game very effectively. So we stick to Najeela and deploy out combo pieces when we can, or sit back and interact and wait to cast an AdNauseam just to land that quick Thassa's Oracle. I want to thank Pongo for his help with this video, as well as maintaining his deck list and primer. If you are interested in this deck, links to the deck list, primer, and Discord are in the description down below. And that's Najeela. She comes out swinging, and if she can't beat you down fast, she may just sidestep the entire game and win on the spot by praising Thassa. She's fast, adaptive, and highly interactive. A threat in any game. And with that, the queen's taking me out. I'll see you next time on the Lab Maniacs.